Hey everyone, let's talk about dividing by a decimal. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, here I have a problem of 14 divided by 1.4. Now, we all know that the 14 before the division sign is our numerator. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 14 in the house. Now, what's going to go on the outside is 1.4. Now, when you're dividing by a decimal, you can't. You actually have to move the decimal. But what you do to one, you do to the other. So we're actually going to move it to the right because that's the only way you can move it is to the right. So I'm going to move this decimal 1 to the right. And what I do to one, I do to the other. Now the 14 underneath the house doesn't have a decimal, but in all actuality it does, even though it's not shown. It goes right after the 14. So I'm going to start at that decimal. I moved one time on the denominator, so I'm going to move one time. I'm going to move one time under the house. Now it's empty. What am I supposed to put? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to put a 0. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this so that I can divide it out appropriately. So I'm going to do 14 and then I'm going to divide 140 now. So let's look at this for a moment. How many times can 14 go into 1? Well, it can't. So I need to put a 0 up top. Subtract 0 because I really didn't have anything to divide by. So I'm going to bring down my 1. Now I'm going to bring down my 4. The only reason I'm doing it on grid paper is so that I can actually keep up with what I am doing. So how many times can 14 go into 14? It can go one time. 1 times 14 is 14. And that's 0. But wait a minute. I have a 0 on the end of the numerator. So, and I have nothing else to divide. So, I'm going to put a 0 on the end. So, my answer is 10. Hope y'all enjoy.